for the last couple of weeks we've been talking about racism, and now today we just want to talk about bullying. You know, it doesn't just happen in a classroom. You know, it can happen in the work field. It can happen in corporate America. You know, it happens everywhere, and it just holds you back. So I'm gonna go ahead and let some of my brothers talk. If anybody has anything to say, to start it off.
Well, started off, I think bullying starts when people have a lower self-esteem. And I'm not talking about the person that's getting bullied. I'm talking about the person that's bullied. Because if you're bullying somebody else, then that kind of shows how you feel about yourself. So you just do that to get like a momentary high. So you'll know that I'm above this person. There's nothing he can do to dispute it. There's different types of bullying. You got play bullying, like me and Jabari, or they call me Lil Bro. I'm nowhere near the Lil Bro. But that's not serious bullying, and you don't take it personally. Then there's serious bullying where they take it personally and they commit suicide. And I just think it all depends on how you treat other people every day.
Yeah, and like I want to add to that, like when you're bullying, like there's different types of bullying, and one type of it is when there's a group of people laughing at you. I mean, even if you're not the one making jokes, when you're laughing, you're helping like the commotion, like you're helping him feel bad about himself. So you're not, yeah, so you're not really hurting. I mean, you're not really helping him. You're just hurting him. You're just bringing him down even more. So you got to be aware of that. Like, even if you're not trying, if it may be funny, I mean, just walk away or tell the person to stop. But you got to find a way to stop the bullying.
Well, just to piggyback on what they said, man, I think that these days, bullying is taken on a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger in school, I was bullied. I wasn't as big as I am now. I was one of the smaller guys. I was also a pretty artsy guy. I also played football. I was still kind of artsy. I love music and things. So I went on with the choir boy thing. You know, they called me choir boy, did this and that. And so as a form of bullying, I took it and it like went off my back. But these days, kids, it seems like the kids are built differently. You know what I'm saying? And it's like Isaac said, it's taking on a whole different level to where these kids want to just kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy.
So I want to take a hold on real quick. Like we want to know, Mr. KO, can you hear us?
I'm trying, but not good.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I hear you a lot better.
All right then. So did you have something to say?
Oh, yeah.
Isaac.
Yeah.
You hearing what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
You're not paying attention.
I'm paying attention.
No, you're not. I told you. I said when you go home, you got to do it the way I asked you to do it. If you're not doing the way I asked you to do it, it's not going to work out.
I'm doing everything
You interrupted him though.
I'm interrupting him.
Yes, you interrupted him about what I told you not to do. Don't interrupt.
Cut to me. That's a lie.
I told you not to.
Hey, hold on. You doing exactly what you telling the show not to do. You pulling him down.
Hold on, bro. This is my son.
It don't matter your son or not, man. It don't matter. That's why I'm here. I'm here because of bullying, man.
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. How can you have a show here and you doing the same thing to him? I was telling you backstage how timid this young man is. I was telling you that. It don't matter, man. It don't matter if your son or not.
You gonna talk to me a different kind.
Now I'm gonna talk to you like I want to talk to you. You gonna bully your son? It don't matter, man. It don't matter.
Let's go.
Now keep it rolling. He didn't know that.
What you mean I need to know
He
that?
didn't know that parents can bully too. He's timid of you.
He's not timid of me, man. What you talking about?
I'm gonna tell you this, man. Stand up, young man. Stand up right now. Listen. Do you like the way he talking to you right now? Do you like the way he talking to you backstage? Do you feel bullied or not? Exactly what I'm trying to tell you. He went through it, I went through it, and all these kids going through it. I told you backstage, man, you gotta be easy with these kids. Now if we gonna make this show work, just keep it rolling. If we gonna make this show work, we gotta make sure all of them comfortable, and we ain't gonna do them like that. That's why we're here today. My kids are here, and they wanna see this stuff stop.
He's right, man. I mean, I was about to leave, but he's right. Man, I'm just saying he's right, man.
Don't put on a show for a show. Let it be what it's gonna be. This young man, I told you backstage that he's timid, man. Be easy with him. Now step back behind me. Bully me like you bully him. Bully me.
Okay, guys.
Is his mom here? Mom, give some love like you need to.
Go with the boss, son.
Okay, guys.
My boys, come on.
It's not cool, man.
Okay, guys. Let me share with you something. Come here, brother Lawrence. Come here, brother. Come here, brother Bert. This was put on because of you. There are parents who are bullying their children, just like this reenactment right here.
Right.
I'm gonna let somebody know, man. Don't do nobody. Let somebody know, please. We're live. We want you to know that there are parents. We're live. We want you to know, parents, if this is the way that you're treating your child, then you're bullying your child also. Bullying is not only coming from the kids, they're coming from the parents. And we have to do better when we communicate with our kids. We have to be patient with our children. You did a great job, by the way, son. Some things we have to do for shock treatment. But the whole purpose, when you see these intelligent men up here, when you see these adults up here, when you see these intelligent youth up here, we have to take notice. We have to listen to what it is that they're saying. We have to understand where it is that they're coming from. And if you see that your child, if you're talking to your child like this, I guarantee you, your child is the one who's bullying these kids at school. Wow. And it has to stop.
So I have a question for Isaac. Did you know about this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm back behind the couch. I can't even look at your brother.
Whatever. No, you didn't.
Kevin is on the phone.
No.
Kevin,
He's on the phone. They said say something about it. Y'all talk to Kevin.
so, Mr. KO,
You cut it all off.
No, you didn't.
you still there?
No, he's
Still there?
You still there, Mr. Kevin?
I'm here.
What did you think? I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, whoa, time to go, you know, because they were so realistic. What did you just think about the enactment of, as far as a parent bullying their own child?
I mean, I thought that was very creative. I thought it was real in there. I was like, man, I just put the phone on mute and said, okay, this is real live here. Y'all had me fooled, but
I know it's funny because as far as bullying is concerned, you know, I was going to ask you earlier about bullying. We talked about bullying the kids. What about being in the industry? If I may ask a question, is there any bullying going on in the industry that you're in?
all the time. I feel like most of the artists that you see, whether it's maybe not physical bullying, but it's all the persuasion and the whole making you feel like you're not real if you're not doing this, or if you're not rapping about this particular topic. Or I've seen artists who literally bullied into trying drugs because they feel like that they're going to lose a certain cred if they don't do, this whole street cred thing. So it's a different kind of bullying. It's more like within the perception of media and just the industry itself and setting a bar of what they think you're supposed to be doing, and people just kind of feeling forced to have to, fall in place with it. And then you have the book, and also guys feeling like in order to get a rep, they need to go and physically like rob an artist or take something that the artist has, throw it on, Instagram and say, yeah, I'm the man now because I did this. So, I mean, you got a lot of artists to be bullied, but in most cases, some of it they bring on themselves because I I tell the youth I talk to all the time, like, as I'm producing these artists, I know the real people, not the character that they put on when they get on the record. And if you put that out there, like, I'm with somebody trying me and I got here, I'm doing that, it's really leading on to somebody to literally try you. And it becomes a sense of bullying, but it's something that you're also egging on. So, more so, that's really in the industry, that's what I see all the time.
Well, no, I bullied a guy one time in my life, man. I'll never forget it. I had to be in like 6th grade. Guy was walking down the street, man. I was a little bit bigger than what he was, you know what I'm saying? I kept messing with him, pushing him in his back. Just had me and my crew, you know what I'm saying? I kept messing, pushing him in the back. He kept stop with it. And I don't know what happened, man. He just got this courage, man, to just turn around and just bust me on my face, you know? And after that, I was like, oh, no. And he just like, come on, I'll never forget the words he said. Come on, get some of this golden glove. But he just got this sick. And you know what I did? I said, nah, bro, I don't want no more. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with what you said at first, Mr. Kevin, about the people that are doing the bullying, it's something deep within them. And I've seen where you touch that, whatever it was deep within them, you touched what it was deep within them. And when you touch what it was deep within them, it seemed like once you did that, the bullying kind of stopped. And I think that was pretty much the situation. So, but like I said, bullying is taking on a whole different meaning these days and times.
No doubt.
Now, I have a story of bullying. When I was younger, I remember I had a big bully, and I had to fight him the next day. Now, it was funny because my mom was like, "Why is he walking out with this big, what's that, swimming vest?" I had it underneath my shirt because I didn't want to get hurt. So I said, if he hit me in my gut, if he hit me in my stomach, I'm not gonna feel nothing, but I'm gonna be able to sock him back. So as I'm trying to leave out the house and rush out before my mom can see me, my mom was like, "Baby, what is that? What are you wearing?" I'm like, "Mom, nothing. I'm about to go to school, you know what I'm saying? I grew in my chest area a little bit overnight." So it was funny, but I didn't go fight that bully that day. But as I grew older, I learned that, you know, a lot of people, when they're bullying, it's something inside, like everybody else is saying, that is missing. It's, whether they're missing, it's something missing in their energy levels. It's something negative. So that negative energy is very incoherent with their heart, because God rules over the heart, right? So that means that whatever that incoherence is causing imbalance, which means that imbalance is causing them to bully, because they're trying to find that balance point. So what they do is they do it in the best of their abilities. So that means that if they have to go out there and talk about other people, then that's what they have to do to bring that balance in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I had learned. And then in 9th grade, I remember trying to help everybody so I can at least help out and cause peace. And 9th grade, I was bullied. Went to school, I was in gym. They had this big buff football player coming out to me. I'm running from this little skinny kid. They set up the whole thing. So when I'm running, the big dude tackled me. But at this point, I knew jiu-jitsu. So they didn't know that. So when he picked me up, the big dude was like, "Yeah, I'm bigger than him. I can control. I'm stronger." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I did a little a move to get out of him. And everybody was trying to figure out, how did this little kid, like Kevin Hart, break out of this, a dude this size, right? I broke out, and it was like, in awe. They was like, "Greg is crazy. How you even try to get out of that?" And then I told him to back off unless you want to fight. And they was like, "Wow." He said that right in his face, no fear, nothing. And after that, nobody messed with me in school. So they was like, "Greg gonna best break out," because he's the top football player at the school. And that was in Seagoville. We probably went into DeSoto, but that's one of my stories.
This guy here, this is your son. So we heard earlier on the segment, you know, how you were talking about your son. He had some bouts with bullying. How did you? Now you look really realistic a while ago. I was like, dude, this dude is serious. We're gonna have to get him from the back and get him. But how did you deal with it as a parent? You know what I'm saying? How did you deal when your son? See, I never had sons, so and my daughter's 6 now, so she doesn't really experience the bullying and things of that nature. But how did you deal with your son coming to you and talking about some bullying and things? And how did you as a parent deal with it?
Well, I tried to cut it off early because, believe it or not, I went through some bullying issues when I was growing up. And I made a point to develop this program, Power Cardio, because of bullying and to build myself up. So if somebody saw me, I look intimidating and they leave me alone. So what I did was, I said when my son came up, if I ever had any sons, they come up and make sure I cut that off early. So when he was coming up, he had some issues. When he was coming up, he had some issues with bullying, and I decided to stop it immediately. What I did was I bought two brand new truck Expedition, and I went, and he was living with his mom over in Richardson, Texas, and I drove over there every day for 4 years to make sure that he didn't get bullied and get treated wrong. Still, it wound up him getting bullied over there, but I was doing some of the things to stay in his life to make sure that he didn't get bullied. But there was some times when he got bullied, and I wasn't there. You know, busted his nose and knocked a couple of teeth out of his mouth and things like that. So it was hard on me as a parent seeing that happen, but my thing was to connect this bullying thing to health. And I told him one time some kids jumped on him and I went over there and I was all upset. I went by the mom's house and I was in her dad's house, whoever, and every door I knocked on, wasn't nobody there. Every kid that bullied my son, when I went to the house and knocked on the door, wasn't no parent there. And I started saying, you know what? There's no parents. And these kids are living on their own. So what I'm going to do is, I told my son, I said, listen, I said, I'm going to build you up where you be bigger than me, stronger than me, and won't nobody want to mess with you because you're so intimidating they'll leave you alone. And I said, if I can build myself up or build the people around me up where they can be intimidated to the people that's trying to hurt them, I've done my job.
What I think it is, you realize every time somebody gets bullied and they stand up, the bullying stops. So I think it is that the person that's getting bullied, just stand up for yourself. I'm not saying go out, get a gun, or shoot the guy that's bullying you. I just think it's like, speak up for yourself, and then it may not be done the first time, but eventually they're going to stop bullying you because they realize he's not a joke. Let's stop.
But it's not as easy as that. It takes time. Because I've been bullied before. I know how it feels when somebody's constantly messing with you. And I have some of my friends, like you guys, come across me telling me that I'm too uptight, that I always have an attitude towards you guys, but that's an effect on being bullied. After you're bullied for a while, you get the sort of feeling, if you mess with me, I'm going to do something back. I'm not taking no more mess from you. I'm going to make myself look big, even though it's obvious I'm a lot smaller than you. But that don't mean I'm scared of you. So when you're constantly being bullied, the people that's doing the bullying are the people that can stop it. Because you notice no kid really goes to a counselor and tells them all their problems. And if there does, even if they do, there's always more than one kid. And there's one counselor per person. Not per person, there's one counselor per school, maybe two. So that can't help out the whole school. So the schools always complain about how there's so many fights, so much conflict. That's because the kids are uptight. They say they're doing something about the bullying, putting the bullies in detention and suspending them. That's causing more anger on them. They gotta go home and deal with the people that's bullying them at home, their parents. And they come back to school with more anger. So they let it out on these other kids, and these other kids decide to fight back. Now all of a sudden the school's all bad because they have the most fights in the district or something, and that's all effect on the parents. So that it really doesn't work out as well as standing up and fighting back. You can come up to me and punch me in my face if you're a bully, and I probably won't do nothing the first time. But after a while, I'm gonna tell you, you hit me again, I'm gonna do some damage. And it's not that easy for them to let go, because after they bullied you for such a long time, they don't believe that you're gonna be the one to fight back. So you fight back the first time, what they do, they come back and bully you again. You fight back the second time, they probably start easing up on you. They want to let you in close, and after you get in close, they still got a grudge on you. Like I said, I'm uptight because I've been bullied. I know how it feels. I don't like people coming across me the wrong way. I don't like taking mess with nobody. So if you come across me the wrong way, I may see it as he has an attitude with me, he doesn't like me, he wants to come across me this way, and he want to start beef. I don't want to have no beef with you. I don't want to fight unless you want to fight. And if you want to fight, you're going to keep bullying me. So that always comes from the perspective of their parents bullying the kid.
Yeah, so it seemed like all of this is starting from the parents, and the parents have the effect of like stopping this. So it starts at the home. So if the parents can like make sure they're not being a bully towards their kids, then the kids won't have this anger, and kids want to go get put it on other kids at school. But Mr. KO, how do you feel about this? Mr. KO, are you there?
Here, I'm here.
Yeah, so how do you feel about the situation? Like, the parents need to, it starts in the home, the parents need to stop the bullying.
I mean, I agree 100%. I think that, and we are all part of people all the time. We're born with these great, but in this imperfect world, we let people, our surroundings, and the problems that we face change that. And then we end up building these invisible walls to protect us from fears that we have from how we're raised. So there's never really a perfect model of any parent of knowing how to raise their kids. They just go off of how they were raised. And a lot of times that damages, it always damages the kids. And it's almost like in life, if we were to simplify life, it's almost like we have these fears that get built up due to how we were raised, and then we spend the rest of our life trying to knock those walls down to, get to a place of inner peace and feeling good before we leave. So I think it's all about that. And the unfortunate part is a lot of times the parents are the ones that that's not easy to change. So it puts the power back into our youth and realizing more so that don't let people, don't look at that person when they're wrong, when they're doing things, because in a lot of cases, they don't know any better. They're just, I guess it's kind of like, just because a person is a parent or older doesn't mean they're more mature in certain cases. And because you're able to grow more, and sometimes parents are stuck in their old ways. So sometimes you may not be able to stop the bullying, but you can at least have a different mind state to where if someone comes at you wrong, you don't take it personal, because you can flip your mind and make it seem as if it was a little kid arguing with you. You're not going to take it to heart if the kid was arguing with you. And in most cases, if someone's in an immature mind state and they're lashing out at you, you have to look at them as a kid at that moment. So that's just a tool that, that can be used as well. Because in a perfect world, we snap our fingers and the adults get it, and they come to their kids and say, I was wrong and I'm going to be better. But in most cases, it doesn't work that way,
What I also think it is, they say go to the counselor and tell a counselor. But what it's only doing is making it worse, because if the bully finds out that you went to the counselor, he's just going to go get his friends, and they're going to get their friends, and they're just going to go all out on you because you went to the counselor. So what I think it is, I'm not saying don't go to the counselor, but just tell, if it's like a school-known bully, just say, keep it anonymous. Don't say, oh, she came to me and told me that you've been bullying people. Don't say that, because that is going to get the bullier mad, more mad than he already is. And he's just going to start bullying even more people than before.
That's a true fact. I don't know how many times I went to the counselor and told them that I was being bullied, and the bully found out, and then he'll just like, you snitched on me, you told him, you don't beat you up more. It just happens all the time. We gotta end this one. You can't end bullying. We gotta lower it down to a rate where all these kids aren't afraid to wake up and go to school. They can't sleep at night because they're scared of going to recess and having fun because their bully's gonna be there, or going to class because being afraid. You don't want to be afraid of going to school. You want to go to school, see your friends. You want to learn, see your teachers, and you want to get better, and you want to learn. I mean, you don't want to be scared. So we got kids watching all over the world live right now. Just, if you're bullying, just stop it. Stop all the bullying. If you see somebody bullying, step up to them and tell them, hey man, that's not cool. Let them know that that's not good, and just let them feel that they're doing something wrong. I don't care how old they are, just let them know. And your parents too, if they're bullying, just we gotta limit this, and because it's hurting a lot of people all over the world, and and you can't end it. We gotta lower it to a rate where it's just a happier environment for everybody.
Yeah, I want to talk to the listeners about, and I want to move the whole discussion on how do you deal with bullying. Because there's different ways to deal with it. You can go to a counselor, but like at the end of the day, embrace yourself. It's all about embracing yourself. A lot of people tell me it's like, and I told them I deal with bullying still to this day. It's like, oh man, just because you could be the coolest person, like Savion could get any girl he wants, or if he's but that doesn't matter. Cause I still face it. It doesn't matter. Like even if you're as big as these dudes, it doesn't matter. You can still be mentally and emotionally bullied. And I remember, I went through this experience where people were like, oh man, you light skinned, or you ain't no real nigga, but you right, cause I'm not a nigga. I'm just a brother. I'm an intelligent brother, and I go through these things. It just only makes me stronger. So I never just promoted the fact. I was like, oh, I'm a nigga. I'm just black. I'm African American. That's what I am.
But that's funny, man. That's funny that you said something. You just said something very profound. You said mental and physical bullying. See, most times people, when they think of bullying, like this gentleman, this young sir here said, they think of physical bullying. So, mental and physical, so we're trying to attack this thing on two fronts. Wouldn't you agree?
We have over 6,000 viewers watching this right now. And as I like to say, I think we got to deal with the bullying with the bullies, because there's always going to be that one big bully that has the soft heart. So you can go tell him, this kid over here is bullying him. He's bigger and stronger than everybody. He may not be bullying on the little kids, but I'm sure if you get to his heart, he will let the other bullies know, you got to back off this kid, you got to back off that kid, and they're not going to do nothing back. And in the end game, that big bully with the soft heart is going to be just like an ordinary kid, not bullying other people. Like, have you seen those clips where it's always the bullying ceremonies at school where they show you, these are the effects of bullying. This kid commits suicide, this kid cuts herself, this kid drops out of school. The most of them is dropping out of school, commit suicide, and cutting themselves. That's a cause for more bullying. You cut yourself, people see that, oh, this girl cut herself. Why you do that? Why you do that? Why you do that? That causes some more insecurities, and then they keep coming back for more and more. That leads to the suicide. But if they don't want to commit suicide, they drop out of school. They always talk about how people with brains, that rate is low. Well, it's probably because they've been bullied in high school. You don't never see no person that's dropped out of school all the big and bad like they show in the movies. The football players, it don't work that way. The football players are the ones who stay in because they get the full ride scholarships. So I think we got to stop the bullying with the bullies.
What I think it is, there's two things. Bullying starts and ends with how much confidence that you have in yourself. If you have more confidence, you realize people don't really get bullied. There's a time everybody was bullied. I was bullied in elementary, but I really didn't take it that way because I was like, oh, they're just kids. I didn't take it seriously. I just laughed and went on. But if you're more confident in yourself, then you realize those type of people never get bullied. Like the funny people, the people that just crazy, not crazy, but in a funny way, crazy. They never get bullied. Bullying is like a shark when it smells blood. The blood is your self-confidence. If it knows that it's leaking and it's low, then the shark, the bully, is gonna come after you. So that's what I think you want.
Sports.
Alright, so that's it for the youth roundtable.
Keep it right there. Sports talk right there.
Oh, we having sports talk right here. So, talking about sports.
No. The picks of the week. This way.
Kevin has to.
Alright, so yeah, also, Mr. Ko has to go, so we want to thank you, Mr. Ko, for Mr. Ko, we would like to thank you for tuning in with us and sharing your information with us.
Man, thank you guys for having me, and thank you for letting me hang out with you guys a little longer in the roundtable discussion. And you guys, feel free to go to bridgetogap.org. That's on bridge STI740. And we also have our phone app. There's a phone app, so just go look for it. And I look forward to hearing from all of you guys.
Right. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
All right, thank you.